Best. Joss Butler, who's been brought into the side. Dom Best, the 20-year-old Somerset off-spinner. Stuart Broad, Winter form. Right, some stretch. Got this through. There's no third man, and it's been timed nicely. Lovely shot here, crunched.
As a
choice of every generation.
अब्दुल्ला जब क्लास में फर्स्ट आता था तो सारी माएँ मुझसे कहती थी कितनी खुशनसीब माँ है आप, खुदा करे हमारा बेटा भी अब्दुल्ला जैसा हो। मगर अब तो मैं बस यही दुआ करती हूँ कि खुदा करे मेरा अब्दुल्ला भी सारे बेटों जैसा हो।
माँओं का दुख भी एक जैसा होता है क्योंकि
might have been out. Certainly didn't look to get anything out. Was it slipping past leg stump? But Stuart Thompson's not bothered. And Safraz LBW for 8. Certainly no sign of hitting it to me.
55 in the first innings, Shadab Khan. Well, Thompson's been persevering, looking for a breakthrough, and he's got it. In Pakistan, he just aimed to win, and what a good innings this has proved for Pakistan by the young Imam ul Haq. His debut test match, 70 not out. Babar Azam went for 59 after Pakistan were 14 for 3. Oh, goodness, that is just a terrific ball. 42 overs gone, 152 for 5.
जो सूरज मशरिक के उफक से तुलू हुआ, उन खुशियों और रौनकों की महक हमारी तहजीब की मिठास से सरशार हर सू हर सिम रंगीनियां खोल रहा है। आज रूह अफ़ज़ा दुनिया भर में हमारी रिवायतों का सफीर है। हमारा फख्र, हमारी पहचान, मशरूब मशरिक, रूह अफ़ज़ा, रमज़ान मुबारक।
चाय को ठंड करा दे।
Former player Trent Johnson, who's with us for so many years, has enjoyed it just as much as we have.
But he would love to have bowled this. I know that. Would have pulled that one out of the bag, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, obviously after day one washed out, now to take it into the second last session of day 5, not a lot of people would have expected that from this group of guys out there, and you know, coaching staff obviously believed they had an opportunity, and support staff, even the players themselves. So great occasion, you know, the fight shown yesterday afternoon by Kevin O'Brien and Stuart Thompson, Tim Murdoch's performance with the ball. You know, there's a lot of positives that have come out of this game for Ireland. You know, so they can be very happy, very proud of themselves, very proud as a an organisation to be able to host something like this and to be competitive. A lot of people would have questioned how competitive Ireland would have been, and so for them to take it into day 5, yes, day 1 was washed out, but still a fantastic effort by everyone involved.
I think the basis of what you're saying as well is that Ireland have competed. They've competed on equal terms. They have certainly not looked like the new boys of Test cricket.
No, not at all. You'll probably look around that field now and you might see 1 or 2 guys that potentially might not play Test match cricket again, depending on when Ireland play. But I think the next group of players, a crop of players coming through, to fit in with the group that have already played this game, it all looks good for Ireland in the future. They're going to be very competitive, especially playing in their own conditions here in Malahide, or whether against played up the Stormont, I'm not sure about that. So it's exciting times for Irish cricket.
I think probably there was so much pressure in the lead up to Test status with the existing team as it was. There was always this talk of an ageing team, but there's reasonable bowling stocks coming through. Rob Castle has been impressed with that, but perhaps the most challenging pieces will be, replacing the likes of Ed Joyce from a batting point of view. So that's going to be a big challenge moving forward. But I think what this game will do is it's going to inspire that breed of cricketer that's just underneath this level to look at Stuart Thompson yesterday in particular, to show you and tell you what can be done. And I think the other thing that Ireland has shown, I don't know whether you'd agree with this, Trent, but there has been a habit over the years, more because of the culture of what cricket was like. We pushed our younger players into the international scene. If you felt they had that ability, that's what you do. And to the 43rd, 153 for 5.
छतों पे सिमटी हजारों यादें और इन यादों का तसलसल जोड़े रखने के लिए हम बना रहे हैं मुगल सुप्रीम अर्थक्वेक रेजिस्टेंट स्टील बार्स। घर छोटा बड़ा नहीं, घर महफूज होता है। पाक अरब हाउसिंग स्कीम मेन फिरोजपुर रोड की प्राइम लोकेशन पर वाकई पाक अरब में मेडोज होम्स का कयाम हमारे आला बयान की जानिब एक और कदम है, जिसके मॉडल हाउसेस विजिट के लिए तैयार है। बी अ पार्ट ऑफ लिविंग कम्युनिटी। 042-111-494949।
So Imam on strike, 71 with just 7 needed for Pakistan. Talking here with Alan Lewis and with Trent Johnston. Trent, for you, I mean, it was a diet of one-day cricket. It was short-form cricket. This is now, it's Test cricket, it's on the horizon. So for the new raft of players, we're seeing it across the globe now. Players, cricketers saying, I'm going to play white ball, I'm going to play red ball. Do you envisage that scenario with Ireland, or given the fact that the player base is not that big, that they're going to have to play all forms?
Yeah, I think it's an interesting question, especially now Ireland didn't qualify for the World Cup next year in England. So there'll be a couple of guys that will, obviously move out of the white ball game and maybe concentrating on red ball cricket. But I think that's purely just from an age thing, and I think it's, we spoke about just then about the younger guys coming in. Well, those younger guys have got to be surrounded by experienced guys. So if you lose the likes of Ed Joyce, well, William Porterfield's got to stay there and, maybe bring in the next opening batsman. If a Niall O'Brien decides to hang it up, hang his, Tim Mert or someone like that, because these county guys are going to have to make a decision in a couple of years' time as well, if they play county cricket or if they declare for Ireland. So it's an interesting sort of time for Ireland and the configuration of their squad and their team and, how they go about their business. But we've seen enough here over the last 4 days to say that, they're going to be competitive in Test match cricket. We dominated Associate cricket, which was 4-day cricket. The Intercontinental Cup, which we won 4 out of the 6 times it was run. So red ball cricket's not, something different to this group of Irish players. So it's exciting times.
I think the other thing, interestingly, is it's a format of the game that they actually like playing. Most players come up with a diet of limited over cricket, but when they get the opportunity to bat longer sessions, and interesting, even coming into this match, and particularly Stuart Thompson, he came on the back of a big 100 for the Warriors against the Leinster Lightning. So, it's that sort of thing that's going to add spice to selection and also encourage the younger players that are coming through to perform at this level.
So you take back to Australia a very strong message back to cricket fans down under.
Yeah, I think so, and they've been watching this broadcast today and over the last couple of days, so they can certainly see, how well Ireland's played here. There is a history of Australian players playing for Ireland, and the connection that they have and their friends and family. So people are very aware of how Ireland are, and that's the 44th over, and Pakistan are 155 for 5.
पाक अरब हाउसिंग स्कीम मेन फिरोजपुर रोड की प्राइम लोकेशन पर वाकई पाक अरब में मेडोज होम्स का कयाम हमारे आला मयार की जानिब एक और कदम है, जिसके मॉडल हाउसेस विजिट के लिए तैयार हैं। बी अ पार्ट ऑफ लिविंग कम्युनिटी। 04211494949।
चाय को ठंड करा दे।
For Pakistan, but it's just so encouraging. Niall O'Brien's just every ball he's cajoling his teammates here from behind the stumps. Oh hello, he wants a bowl now as well. Get the gloves off there, Niall. He's done everything else.
He loves the camera, doesn't he? He knows the camera's on him. You can see the big screen.
And he's saying, come on, let's get a couple more out. Come on, let's just not make it easy for them. Stuart Thompson, the fielder, dive for the first time, missed it. But, couple there to shatter. Pakistan need 3.
Interesting that Trent pointed to connections in Australia. Nick Larkin, of course, Irish heritage, playing in New South Wales. But going back to 07 when Trent was playing, there was 5 players of overseas extraction. Trent through residency, Andre Botha through residency, Langford Smith. These were the players that helped the cause. And it's quite a funny thing, funny with sport when you're winning. No one really bothers because there was a real Irish feel around the side, and I don't know whether that was something you thought about, Trent, at those periods that you were playing, but it never seemed to bother anyone as that odyssey continued into 11, 15.
Yeah, I think it was a lot to do with Adrian Birrell. He sort of identified in 2003 what he needed in a squad, and identified an opening batsman, an all-rounder, opening bowlers, so to strengthen what they already had here. So he created that culture, he created that vision, I suppose, and that vision come to fruition in 2007.
So another name I want to throw in here, who we've seen, he's one of the great characters of cricket worldwide, and he's a wonderful player himself, and you worked with him, Phil Simmons. Had given so much to Irish cricket, and I know that he's given huge messages of support for Ireland, and he got the mindsets right, he got things, structures right for Irish cricket, and a big supporter. So many people have played their part in Ireland getting to where they are now.
Not a man to be argued with, Big Phil. I think I never quite realised what sort of size in kilos was, but a great cricket brain, and always enjoyed Phil's company. I was chairman of selectors around that time, and always valued his judgment.
Couple here, 2 to win, a couple here, and they'll go back for the second run. And it is Imam Ul Haq who gets the 2 runs that win this test. This inaugural test match for Pakistan, and he has played a leading hand, 72 not out on his debut test for Pakistan. And for William Porterfield and the men in green for Ireland, this has been an outstanding test match, their inaugural test, and they can hold their heads very high. They have had a wonderful time here at Malahide. That man there, the pinnacle of his career with a century, Ireland's first test centurion, Kevin O'Brien, and each and every one of those cricketers wearing that wonderful Irish cricket sweater can take a bow. It has been an outstanding performance. They have lost the test match, but it's much more than the result. Pakistan have won this test. They have 2 tests against England, but this will forever be etched into the minds of those cricketers who played their part in this occasion here at Malahide in Dublin.
Absolutely wonderful test match, which Pakistan have won by 5 wickets, and so many ebbs and flows in this game. And Ireland can be incredibly pleased with what they've brought to the party. A real committed performance, a real fight. Pakistan knew they were in a test match, and a lot of relief in that changing room, I would imagine.
Well, it's all kinds of congratulations going on here. Imam Ul Haq finishing 74 not out. Kevin O'Brien with that century, 118. Sarfraz knows that his Pakistan team, a lot of young players in the team, were given a real fright by Ireland in their inaugural test match. And it's been an absolute privilege to be here to see these events unfold.
Yeah, absolutely, especially after day 1 was washed out, and we got pretty much 4 full days of cricket in and 4 days of competitive cricket. There's Kevin O'Brien and his brilliant 100 really got Ireland back into the game. Tim Murtagh, without a shadow of a doubt, Ireland's best bowler, asked questions every time he had the ball in his hand. And there's the captain, William Porterfield, who this morning thought they were probably a bit of a chance if Kevin O'Brien could get through an early period and they could put on another 60 or 70 runs and get it well over 200.
Yes, it didn't quite go. The script was a good one yesterday. It was a wonderful day, but these are the winning runs. Sarfraz happy that there was no banana skin this afternoon here in Malahide. Imam Ul Haq, 74 not out on his test debut, winning the test match, getting the winning runs for Pakistan.
And you can see what it meant to him. So, there we are. There's the scorecard. Fantastic 74 by Ul Haq, backed up by Babar Azam with 59, and they win by 5 wickets.
Classy 74 it was, and Tim Murtagh 2 for 55, 6 wickets in the match for Tim Murtagh, great servant of Irish cricket. Boyd Ranking 1 for 57, 1 for 31, Stuart Thompson, and Tyrone Kane had 6 overs, 17. So a match that was played eventually over 4 days, but it was enthralling cricket, it really was. Pakistan, they were put into about 310 for 9 declared, Ireland 130. Following on, 339, Kevin O'Brien, 118, Pakistan, 160 for 5, Imam ul Haq, 74 not out. Pakistan winning by 5 wickets. We'll take a little break, a short break. We'll be back with the post-match presentation very shortly.
अब्दुल्ला जब क्लास में फर्स्ट आता था तो सारी माएँ मुझसे कहती थी कितनी खुशनसीब माँ है आप, खुदा करे हमारा बेटा भी अब्दुल्ला जैसा हो। मगर अब तो मैं बस यही दुआ करती हूँ कि खुदा करे मेरा अब्दुल्ला भी सारे बेटों जैसा हो।
माओ का दुख एक जैसा होता है क्योंकि माएँ तो सांझी होती हैं। अपनी ज़कात शौकत खानम मेमोरियल कैंसर अस्पताल को दें ताकि कोई माँ औलाद का दुख न देखे। जो सूरज मशरिक के उफक से तुलू हुआ, उन खुशियों और रौनकों की महक हमारी तहजीब की मिठास से सरशार हर सू हर सिम रंगीनियां खोल रहा है। आज रूह अफ़ज़ा दुनिया भर में हमारी रिवायतों का सफीर है, हमारा फख्र, हमारी पहचान। मशरूब मशरक़ रूह अफ़ज़ा, रमजान मुबारक।
अब्दुल्ला जब क्लास में फर्स्ट आता था तो सारी माएँ मुझसे कहती थी कितनी खुशनसीब माँ है आप, खुदा करे हमारा बेटा भी अब्दुल्ला जैसा हो। मगर अब तो मैं बस यही दुआ करती हूँ कि खुदा करे मेरा अब्दुल्ला भी सारे बेटों जैसा हो।
माओ का दुख एक जैसा होता है क्योंकि माएँ तो सांझी होती हैं। अपनी ज़कात शौकत खानम मेमोरियल कैंसर अस्पताल को दें ताकि कोई माँ औलाद का दुख न देखे।
एक हम ही नहीं जिसे देखो यहाँ वही आँख है नम जाने
माओ का दुख एक जैसा होता है क्योंकि माएँ तो सांझी होती हैं। अब्दुल्ला भी सब माओं का बेटा है। अपनी ज़कात शौकत खानम मेमोरियल कैंसर अस्पताल को दें ताकि कोई माँ औलाद का दुख न देखे।
पाक अरब हाउसिंग स्कीम मेन फिरोजपुर रोड की प्राइम लोकेशन पर वाकई पाक अरब में मेडोज होम्स का कयाम हमारे आला मयार की जानिब एक और कदम है जिसके मॉडल हाउसेज विजिट के लिए तैयार है। बी अ पार्ट ऑफ लिविंग कम्युनिटी 04211494949।
अब्दुल्ला जब क्लास में फर्स्ट आता था
one, and for William Porterfield and the men in green for Ireland, this has been an outstanding test match, their inaugural test, and they can hold their heads very high. They have had a wonderful time here at Malahide. That man there, the pinnacle of his career, with a century, Ireland's first test centurion, Kevin O'Brien, and each and every one of those cricketers wearing that wonderful Irish cricket sweater. And take a bow. It has been an outstanding performance. They have lost the test match, but it's much more than the result. Pakistan have won this test. They have 2 tests against England, but this will forever be etched into the minds of those cricketers who played their part in this occasion here at Malahide, Dublin.
Absolutely wonderful test match, which Pakistan have won by 5 wickets. And so many ebbs and flows in this game. And Ireland can be incredibly pleased with what they've brought to the party. Real committed performance. A real fight. Pakistan knew they were in a test match, and a lot of relief in that changing room, I would imagine.
Well, there's all kinds of congratulations going on here. Imam ul Haq finishing. Not out. Kevin O'Brien with that century, 118. Sarfaraz knows that his Pakistan team, a lot of young players in the team, were given a real fright by Ireland in their inaugural test match. And it's been an absolute privilege to be here to see these events unfold.
Yeah, absolutely, especially after day 1 was washed out, and you know, we got pretty much 4 full days of cricket in and 4 days of competitive cricket. You know, there's Kevin O'Brien, and his brilliant 100 really got Ireland back in